So, of course, we got a lot to talk about today, a couple things that are going on, but the big one we always have to get to first, and it's about taking accountability. Because if shippers, insurance companies, even the accountability for freight brokers, if it's not on them, then it's always on the carrier and on the truck driver. So things need to change. So let's get into our first update story right now. What's going on, my truckers? Thanks for watching these episodes. We always just try to do our best to just share information that truck drivers are sharing to us. And this morning, we got so many drivers sharing this article from Craig Fuller, CEO of FreightWaves. In this title, it says here, insurance companies likely to take hard stance on non-domicile CDLs, right? And we talked about this before. You're not going to see a change if you don't see the insurance companies, you don't see the shippers taking accountability for what's going on. So in this right here, it states a change in insurance policies could be coming to the trucking industry, signaling a major shift in their approach to non-domicile commercial driver's license. As enforcement of the new domicile CDL rule takes shape, insurance companies are likely to position themselves to avoid potential liability exposure. So does that mean that if you do have a non-domicile CDL, that insurance will not cover you? And do you think that would be a good thing, right? According to insurance executive at one of the largest brokers in the country who spoke on conditions, he expects that insurance carriers are likely to implement policy changes that explicitly prevent the hiring of drivers with non-domicile CDLs within the next year. The concern stems from the potential for nuclear verdicts in accident cases involving non-domicile CDL holders, as jurors may show little sympathy towards carriers employing drivers whose license may be invalid under the new regulations, especially after DOT Secretary Duffy has come out so strongly against the states that issue non-domicile CDLs. So his words of warning when referring to carriers and brokers looking the other way on non-domicile CDLs, it's all over. So my truckers, what are your thoughts about this? I've been getting some drivers myself telling me that, even brokers are asking them, to take pictures of their driver's license to verify, making sure that they don't have a non-domicile CDL and that they have a clean MVR. Do you think this is a step in the right direction? My truckers, comment down below. I'll link the article so that you guys can see it. But yeah, if insurance companies are going to start taking accountability, then I think the roads are going to get a little bit safer. My truckers, let's get into today's video. What's going on, my truckers? So who's at fault here? Here's a BMW. You can see, luckily, this dash cam got it from another four-wheeler right here. But really, just joking aside, this is the importance of having a front dash camera. But my question is, how many of you have them on both sides? Because if something like this happens, luckily, if that four-wheeler didn't have that dash cam, that driver definitely would have been at fault because they always blame the driver. So let's go over this right here. We've been getting a lot of this today. People have been talking about this from Ohio troopers. They actually put this out on Facebook. I saw this morning where they were almost using it as a recruitment video of this is what Ohio troopers do. But for people that just want a little bit more detailed information, what was going on in this video, it states here on June 5th, just after 11 p.m., a trooper from the Ohio State Highway Patrol conducted a traffic stop on a 2004 Freightliner Cascadia tractor-trailer combination for a marked lanes violation on Interstate 76 near milepost 57 in Austintown Township, Mahoning County. The Freightliner failed to stop and continued traveling west for 11 miles. The trooper positioned himself in different positions to get the driver's attention, including activating overhead lights and sirens. The Freightliner activated his emergency hazard lights before exiting to State Route 225 in a nearby fuel station. The Freightliner continued around the back of the fuel station to the diesel pumps. The trooper exited his cruiser and gave verbal commands over his speaker for the driver to exit the tractor, which the driver failed to do. So, after looking at this with others assisting units on scene, law enforcement officers approached the Freightliner, ordering the driver out of the vehicle. The driver continued to fail to comply. Troopers attempted to enter the Freightliner, but it was locked. A window was then broken, and troopers gained access to the Freightliner, ordering the driver out. He continued to fail to comply. The driver was escorted out of the vehicle onto the ground. Then he continued to fail to comply again and resisted, and that's when he got tased. This right here, definitely don't do this, comply with law enforcement. But looking at this video, do you think that the law enforcement, the Ohio State Troopers, did everything in their power to do the right thing? Or do you still think that it was a little bit too forceful? My truckers, comment down below. So we had thousands of truck drivers watch that video yesterday. I had tons of drivers that work for the company that emailed me and told me what was going on. So definitely everything that we said in that video was true and confirmed. The biggest thing about this is that you can see the trucking community. People were asking. They saw a Montgomery transport truck, making sure that they were okay, and just seeing things like that. That just brings, it just makes my heart, full that there is love for other drivers out here. Definitely wishing the best for all of the employees and all the drivers. And I hope that you guys find something soon. Hearing devastation, hearing news like that is always very devastating. So my truckers, awesome to see a lot of positive comments as well for wanting to help these drivers out.
I noticed that owner operators love two type of engines, right? Cummins motor or a Cat.
That's it.
Right? Yeah. Yellow or red. So can you explain the reason why they love the two and maybe why you might love one more?
Well, I like them both equally, just to stay neutral, I guess. But I love working on both of them. As far as the Cat goes, I think they like them because there's no emissions on them. They're older. Anybody can work on them. You can get parts anywhere for them. As far as the Cummins, they're most likely going to have emissions. I think, in my opinion, you have to work on the Cummins maybe a little bit more. Anybody can work on them. And you can diagnose them real easy, but these are my top two favorite engines right here is a Cummins or a Cat.
I love it. No, that's perfect, So. And then, hey guys, down below, which one's your favorite? And I think I know the answer. People like to know emissions, but the world as it is, they got to work with what they can.
That's it.
So, follow the rules and be safe on the road.
There you go.
Appreciate you guys always, my truckers. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always sharing information to us on Trucker News, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow.